My name's Erik. I'm a digital nomad traveling around the country in my Subaru Forester, and today I'm escaping normal life in Pennsylvania. Well, I am standing here on the Potomac River, and right over there is Harper's Ferry. Looking at a map and deciding where I want to go to from here, I honestly don't know. What I'm more interested in is probably seeing more of the natural history, so mountains and things like that. And looking at a map, just a few hours from here, about 5 hours, is the Catskill Mountains. That might be my next stop. I don't know that I'm going to do a lot of stopping through Pennsylvania or Maryland. If something comes up of interest, then I will.
Oh my child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life?
I'm going to cut up these dried up apples and put them in my oatmeal. And I always put a little bit of almonds and chia seeds.
It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Did it seem to do?
I always cut up some chicken sausage, put it in my eggs. Then I always do egg whites because it's just easier to keep egg whites in my fridge versus a whole dozen eggs. Let's put a little cheese in there, why not?
How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up.
I am definitely a creature of habit. For breakfast, I do the same thing every morning. I make oatmeal, I put some raisins in there, I put some chia seeds, I put some almonds, I chop up some dried apples, and then I drizzle a little honey on top. And then I always have some cut up fruit, usually a banana and an orange. And then I usually do eggs with some sausage cut up in it with a little bit of cheese maybe on top. I do egg whites because it's just honestly a lot easier to keep that container in my fridge versus a dozen eggs that usually come in a paper carton. And not only does it sometimes fall apart if it gets wet, but then it just takes up a lot of space when you only have a few eggs left. You get that whole carton left. And then just to save on cleaning, I always eat right out of the dish. It's just a lot easier than putting everything on a plate and having to wash that too. I'll tell you what doesn't save any time is having to film your breakfast for a YouTube channel when you're the only one that can do it. So I'm having to make breakfast and film, and sometimes go back and watch footage to make sure I got the right shot. Gotta put in the work though.
Trying to wake up from a dream is harder than it seems. Birds are flying all around, some fall and hit the ground. This is where I should belong.
I always wipe down everything with a little cleaner after I get done.
Running careless down the line, beyond the brink of time. I will love you till I die, on shaky grounds. You could never understand
All right, so as I was driving north from West Virginia, Harper's Ferry, I was looking at the map and trying to decide where to go. And that's when I noticed that Gettysburg would be on my path. So I decided to stop here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and take in the sights. So I had no idea what to expect when I got here. That's why I stopped by the visitor center first. And I was informed that you can actually download the NPS app to your phone. Inside that app, when you type in Gettysburg Historical Park, then there is a audio tour you can listen to while you drive through the park. It's a 24-mile stop along the park, and it'll have all sorts of signage and monuments along the way, like this monument behind me. This is the Eternal Light Peace Memorial. It was erected in 1938, and forever will have a eternal light on top, always shining. It's really hard to see on camera, but it is up there. Just standing here looking out across the field, just kind of picturing that there were 75,000 troops just on the Confederate side, and I think they said 95,000 on the Union side, all coming together for this 3-day battle, just really is mind-blowing to think about. I love American history, so I'm going to get back in the car. It is very hot out here, and I'm going to continue this tour that we can do. So this is actually really cool. The whole auto tour is A, free, and B, completely narrated through a free app you can download through the NPS app. And it'll give you a complete tour, and you just follow it along. It'll even give you GPS directions of exactly where to go. And there is just hundreds of monuments, usually very intricate monuments, just thrown throughout the entire place. Like, there's no way you could look at all the monuments in a single day. Like, there's just that many. Like, a lot of them you have to get out of your car and walk up to, and there's just so many, from, you know, great big huge ones to a little bit smaller ones, but all of them symbolize something. And the audio tour, I think, gives you quite a bit of information. I always highly suggest this if you're interested in American history like this. It's completely free, so it's very interesting. And the town of Gettysburg is actually a really cool small little town. I might go in there for dinner. I'm not quite sure since it's raining right now. All right, well, I am in a place called Leigh Gorge, or at least I think that's how you pronounce it, is Leigh Gorge. This place came up on Atlas Obscura as a place to maybe check out. It was the only place of interest really to me. There's a couple others around this area, but this was the first one. And I did absolutely no research about this place before coming here, only to look online to see if it had any kind of entrance fee, because a lot of state parks have entrance fees, and this one did not, so I just kind of showed up here. It's pretty beautiful. This is a nice, obviously, waterfall behind me, and it kind of trickles all the way down to a river, and you can get in the river a little bit and kind of wade around. There is some like roadside camping in the area that I might stay and do. I'm not sure. There's another place east of here, northeast of here. When I have internet, I'll have to see how far exactly it is, but I might go there first. But so far, I like this area. It feels cool here. It's probably in the upper 70s here, so it feels nice and cool because it's very hot down there. It's like 90, so it's not so bad right now. Yeah, I don't know what that tunnel is there for. Could be an old train tunnel. These pillars are there for the train.
Under the palm trees in the California sun, sand underneath our feet.
Oh my God, is it so much warmer here than it was up there by the falls. It is easily 10, maybe as much as 15 degrees warmer here up than it was up there. The nice air coming off those falls felt so good. It was literally like an air conditioner. So my next stop was gonna be a place called Tubs Recreational Area. It's kind of like a bunch of natural pools and natural water slides. You can just slide down on some rocks. However, it's like an hour away, so that would put me there about 7:45. And I don't know what the sleeping arrangements are going to be like there. I didn't see much on iOverlander. And even though there's not a ton around here, I did see a really good pull-off just down the street, literally just 10 minutes away, that would totally work. It's not amazing, it's just a pull-off, but it'll definitely work. And then tomorrow, I'll head to Tubs Recreational Area. All right, I just completely stumbled across this town by accident. It was right around the corner from where I've been at for the past few hours at Leigh Gorge State Park. This place is cool as anything. It's called Jim Thorpe is the name of the town, I think. And it's super quaint. And it's just, oh man, it's really, I don't even know how to explain it. It's one of those things I don't think the camera's gonna pick up super well. I'm gonna come back here during the day tomorrow and walk around here because this place is amazing. It's like Main Street USA meets Hallmark movies. All right, well, good morning. I slept on the side of the road last night. This is what it really looks like when you travel full time and are in different places all the time. You don't know where you can sleep. You can only go with what you see. And since I was driving along this main road yesterday into Leigh Gorge State Park, this is what I saw. I saw a nice little turnout on the side of the road that I knew I could sleep at. I always look for signs that say you can't do any kind of overnight sleeping. This had none of that. This was actually in between like two little towns. There's nothing here, so I knew I wouldn't be bothered. So it was a very quiet night's sleep. I only really started hearing traffic this morning around 6 a.m., picking up a little bit. But other than that, it was fine. All right, so today I'm gonna head into a place called Tubs Recreational Area. It's supposed to be 7 natural swimming pools that have formed, and it should feel good to go swimming today because it's supposed to be really hot again today. I'm gonna make a small detour and go about 10 minutes up the road. There's a little town called Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania that I stumbled upon last night that was quintessential Hallmark movie meets Disneyland, Main Street, USA. It was very bed and breakfast, bring your significant other over for a weekend kind of place. It was very quaint. So I'm gonna walk around there this morning, stretch my legs, check it out, and then we're gonna check out 7 Tubs.
Once more into the fire, once more into the burning flames, once more into the fray. But I swear we're gonna be okay.
Save the clock tower.
I can see it on the horizon, spray painted in black and
All right, slight change of plans this morning. Instead of going straight to 7 Tubs Recreational Area to do the swimming pool things first, I started looking at a map and noticed that while that was 1 hour away from where I stayed last night, the Poconos Mountains were only 30 minutes away from where I stayed last night. So I opted to come to the Poconos first. This is an area that I've heard so much about, so I decided I wanted to go back into the mountains, hopefully be a little cooler up there, do a couple of hikes, and then I may still go and check out the 7 Tubs area. It's like 40 minutes away from me the other way. So we'll see, but yeah, I'm headed into the Poconos Mountains now.
once more into the burning flames, once more into the fray. But I swear we're gonna be okay.
All right, I am at Big Poconos State Park, and I like to be a positive person, so I will say that I am very glad I came here. I bet if you come here during the fall, you will be rewarded with some stunning fall colors and all the leaves. And I think coming here with a significant other, doing maybe a romantic getaway, coming up here to the mountains, again, maybe in the fall time, get that nice mountain spring air, stay at one of the cabins or resorts I saw here on the mountains. I bet it's a very amazing place. It was nice. However, this time of year just didn't impress me as much as I had hoped. I didn't expect Banff or anything like that, but I guess I've just been very, very lucky, and I've seen some very stunning mountain tops before, and this one just didn't impress me as much as I had hoped, even though I have heard of the Poconos Mountains so many times. I'm glad I came here and checked it out because it's one of those places that if I didn't come here, I know that I would have regretted it and that I would have constantly wondered like, oh, what are the Poconos like? I have always heard so much about them. The hike I did today was rather boring. It was just a hike in the woods, no real good views. This is actually the best view behind me, standing here in the parking lot. But again, try to be positive. I'm glad I came. So I am going to turn around, I think, and go back a little bit and head back a little bit more like southwest from here and go into that Tubs Recreational Area. It is a natural swimming pool area that have formed with, I guess, 7 pools. There's also a Planet Fitness there. I can get a shower if I want. And then just north of that is another kind of weird anomaly that has happened in the earth that I will talk about when I get there.
From the look in your eyes, you need to get away.
All right, well, that totally sucks. I drove all the way here to go to this Tubs Recreation Area, and it is closed due to capacity. Apparently, it is a very popular thing to do here. So, I am headed north a little bit further. There's another thing that I found on Atlas Obscura that I was going to do anyways. I'm just going there a little faster, sooner than I wanted to. So I'll talk about it more when I get there. This behind me is the Brooks Coal Mine. It opened up in 1900 when they started mining anthracite here. So right over here is the entrance to the mine. They said it wasn't a big mine. While they did mine for anthracite here, they said they actually found a pretty good deposit of coal as well. Not much to really see. So this park is actually really cool. There's lots of cool things to check out and see. I came here specifically for this treehouse though. It was on Atlas Obscura and it overlooks this gorge. You can actually hike down to the water. So I am either in Archbald or Archbald, Pennsylvania. I'm going to go with Archbald because I'm a phonetical speller. And this is known as the Archbald Pothole. It was discovered about 150 years ago. And about 20,000 years ago, glacial waters swirling around with sand and stone mixed in and carved out this giant pothole that you see behind me. It is 38 feet deep and roughly 42 by 24 feet wide. It was discovered in the 1880s by some miners when they were doing some blasting in the area. All right, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just end my video here. I've spent a few days in Pennsylvania, much more than I anticipated. I thought for sure that I would just get out of Virginia and go straight to New York. But as I entered into the state and started looking at the map, there was quite a few places that seemed interesting to me, and I'm glad I was able to check them off. In hindsight, I do wish I would have gotten to the Tubs Recreational Area earlier today. That was the place that had all the natural swimming pools. I had no idea that it would be super popular and be filled up today. So I wish I would have gone there earlier because it's very hot out and I think that would have felt really refreshing. And I also wish I would have done a little bit of research on where all the Amish communities are, because I think going to an Amish farmer's market would have been really, really good. But it turns out most of those are south, and I just apparently blew right past them. I didn't even think about looking at a map to find out where they were, to be honest with you. So as I look north to a map and notice that the Catskill Mountains are only about an hour and a half away from me, I've got all sorts of places mapped out to check out while I'm there. And the first place I'm going to go to has a bit of history. So until next time, thank you for escaping normal life with me.